Hi there. Thank you for checking it out. I wanted to get something that was basically allowing me to practice coding and so on, and I haven't done Bash scripting in a couple months, and I just wanted to keep it active in my mind. So I asked Cloud AI what tools are out there to make coding fun, and it suggested codinggame.com. And so I went there and I signed up with my GitHub account. It could have done it with Gmail, but I just did it with GitHub. It wanted to do LinkedIn, which probably would have been better, but at this point, who cares? The interface there isn't immediately clear to somebody who wants to practice in there. So there, I picked this moving Thor challenge to kind of share what is in there, and then I'm guessing the reason people are watching this video is because they want to see what that result looks like. So once you get signed up and start doing your challenges in there, it will progress you to give you opportunity to practice in various different languages. I picked Bash over here because I wanted to make sure that I'm still able to think in terms of scripting in a Bash shell. And what I wasn't clear about here is how to actually use this interface and where do the variables come from. So here you can see the code here. I'm going to actually share the full code in case you're here just to look at the code. And it looks like this. So the first line, read light X and light Y. All of these are just X and Y coordinates of the two different objects that it tries to bring together. So one thing that I had to define first was the X and Y coordinates of Thor, and then do a comparison because the light X and Y coordinates were already provided, right? So the initial TX is actually where Thor is. So we just need to evaluate that. So the while true condition, which is an infinite condition, and the read E is the energy value that they're giving of 100. That means that as long as there is enough energy, Thor can move, and we're trying to put them together. So this is what the interface looks like to make it happen. Here you can see that there's first it will evaluate if there's actually a straight line, right? If you can go somewhere. So I'm going to just do a check again here, and it will just run that, and it will actually move Thor from one place to another. And it will say, okay, it was a successful result. It moves kind of slow, but you can see that here. And boom, Thor made it. Lightning. On the bottom left here, you're going to see the results. And if you're trying to use this interface to learn, you're going to see error messages. And actually, I didn't see any difference when I put in the debug. There was a line in the code originally that said, hey, can you use the debug? So actually, I'm going to reset it to the original. So here it's going to be reset the code. Yes. Okay, we're going to do that. And now you're seeing that this is all the code that you're going to get. So the instructions over here, like the light X, light Y, those are coming from this description set. And I'm not a guy that likes to read a lot, so it was like TLDR for me, but I matched it up to see that there's a light X. Okay, yeah, light X and light X. So when you look at the resulting code over here on the left, which I have open in VI, the variables that were being brought in from the canvas were a little bit unclear. Okay, I wasn't really sure how does it actually read. So the read dash R over here wasn't really something I needed to use. It was just read, and that read was just reading in these variables right here. Right? So this line right here, the read, is this line right here. Okay, so what I can do at this point is just replace the code itself, and they give you this hint actually in some of the help tools over there. So just doing this and then replacing that. Made it work. Right, so if I actually just do play all test cases, it will just do it. Here comes Thor. He does all his connections. It's actually playing a little bit faster now. And the thing that I had to figure out again in the code was is that, the E, like, which was the energy that he had, it wasn't really clear where that was coming from. But if you do look at these instructions, you'll be able to see that there is a light, which is X and Y for the actual fireplace over here, or the lightning, whatever that is. And the initial TX is where Thor started from, right? So here, the code, you can see in the previous picture here, will just align it with the fire itself. And the expectations for the program was that it just gets these letters right here. It gets N or NE, E, SE, S, Southwest, West, and Northwest. That was the only thing that it was actually expecting here. And then you get to see this here on the standard output, E, when it goes on slide 35, 36. So as it progresses, while he has energy, the energy is being basically burned up. You can see the energy count here going down. Right? So if I go to the top over here, that was one thing actually I had a hard time understanding how to read this stuff. But it starts at energy, full energy, and it keeps going down. Although I think the energy count was set to 100 somewhere in here was saying. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I don't see that right now. Maybe you don't get that once it's solved, but this is how that was solved. So again, figuring out and paying attention to the actual source and destination and the result, like the return values. Um, that was something I had to figure out. Okay. So hopefully you like this quick video. Hopefully it will help you actually get things done.